The Gospel of our Lord Jesus Christ according to Luke chapter 5, beginning at the 33rd verse. The scribes and Pharisees said to Jesus, "The disciples of John the Baptist fast often and offer prayers, and the disciples of the Pharisees do the same, but yours eat and drink." Jesus answered them, "Can you make the wedding guests fast while the bridegroom is with them? But the days will come, and when the bridegroom is taken away from them, then they will fast in those days." And he also told them a parable. "No one tears a piece from a new cloak to patch an old one. Otherwise, he will tear the new, and the piece from it will not match the old cloak. Likewise, no one pours new wine into old wineskins. Otherwise, the new wine will burst the skins, and it will be spilled, and the skins will be ruined. Rather, new wine must be poured into fresh wineskins. And no one who has been drinking old wine desires new, for he says, 'The old is good.'" I'm sure every seamstress would agree with the statement of Jesus in today's gospel reading that no one tears a piece from a new cloak to put it on an old cloak. It would make no sense. As Jesus says, the new cloak will have been damaged and the old cloak won't look well with a patch which doesn't match the rest of it. Jesus often uses images drawn from the daily lives of people to say something important about his relationship with us and ours with him. Jesus was responding to the criticism of the Pharisees that he and his disciples were not fasting and praying in the traditional way, the way of the Pharisees. Jesus is suggesting by means of the image of the new and old cloak that he is doing something fundamentally new. God is working in a new way in and through his ministry. The old way of doing things, even the old way of fasting and praying, can no longer express God's new way of working through Jesus. Jesus also speaks in the gospel reading of new wine. Just as the new cloak cannot be used to patch up the old cloak, the new wine cannot be contained in the old wineskins. The risen Lord continues to work in a variety of new ways among us today. We have to keep renewing our old cloaks and old wineskins if the newness of the Spirit is to find full expression in our lives and in the life of the church today. St. Augustine addressed God as ever ancient and ever new. There is something both ever ancient and ever new about the Lord and his work among us today. While being rooted in the ancient tradition, we need to keep opening ourselves to the new deed that the Lord is always seeking to do within us and among us.